to know each other, learn experience from others.
And to impact you from what you are facing yourself.
Next, opportunity to reflect from others, yes. Great. So we just want to go through the program structure, what's expected for the rest of the months coming forward. And then we're now going down the hill to go closing. So Joyce will take us through.
It's working. Is it working? It's not working. Is it working? We can go? Yeah. Wow. The end is moving extremely fast. And I don't see strangers in the room. And I'm not trying to remember what did I see in the room. I've actually met you face to face. So, I can't give you 2.5 days. And so I hope you have the same experience. And I hope you can follow the rhythm of the day. We started outside there on Monday with the organization. Then we came to the team. Then we came to where the rubber meets the road today. And the idea was to flow through that whole thing and just eventually say it takes a person to change the world. And if I transform myself, I can transform the world. So I just want to go through what may look overwhelming a little bit. And it will be overwhelming, but it's not maybe as bad as it looks. So I just wanted to go through the program components already. I showed this very briefly on Monday, and I hope you have your plastic thing, the one with this map. We circulated those yesterday. You are the first ones to get this thing. Nobody else got the map or got this thing. So you don't even forget it for 1 minute. Go and hang it in your office and keep it there so that we can continue to remind you that we are still on the journey to go. So I wanted to start before I say anything. This is not really a program. This is a way of life. We are just initiating you into really continuing a journey that you have been on, and hopefully, even without the program, you will be able to continue to learn, to transform, to change, and really for the rest of your life. So, I was saying the other day, I have been doing this stuff now about 5 years, not as many years as these guys here, but it just feels like yesterday because I'm discovering more stuff about myself. I'm also, accepting some things. And, I think finally this year I'm okay with number 8. And although I can't find friends a lot, but I'm just going to keep going on my path. But I'm not alone. All of us are together. That was the point of that bad thing that was flying around this morning. We may go to Siginda or go to Mwanza or go to Oyam. I have really enjoyed their peanut butter, or go to wherever you are going. But we are together. It's the Ugandans who keep asking, are we together? I hope we have answered that question. So as I go through this, do not be overwhelmed by it. I think it is one day at a time and one change at a time. And when you finally stand here and you say you can pause, then you will be able to say it is worth it. So I'll briefly go through this program. We started with your ED, who I met and asked, are they concerned? But I want to explain, all of you are kidnap grantees. So there was a process before me approaching it. But no, I came, talk to you, interviewed, and then there was many groups wanting to come. Only 5 could go this time because we the capacity we have. So all of you are in collaboration. I worked very closely with the kidna. That is that start of this transformational journey quietly, and then them deciding and us deciding together, and then me approaching the ED. Some of them very last minute and at night. So I also have friends here that I can do what I want with, not deliberately, but when time comes, you have to do what you got to do. And so finally we landed, and your ED says we want this. That is why I wanted to bring them here and remind them the promise they made to me. No, I'm kidding. But, you know, they're the ones who said we need this and we want it. So if you have anybody to blame, it is not Joyce. You go talk to your person. Whoever said yes, why did they say yes? But actually you have an option, although they did not tell me to say that. So I'm just saying. So then the anagram. You know, for me, it is my favorite time. Really, it is my first contact and connection with you, getting to know you and getting to understand, you know, where you come from. And it's been amazing to watch the surprises on your faces. Me, I am this thing, you know, but you are not that thing. It is just your orientation. You are more than that, and only you know who you are. And so I hope these anagram things have been enriching. When we started the program 3 years ago, anagram wasn't really part of it. But now you can tell that we are into it big time, not because there are no other models, but the developmental approaches I said on Monday is what caught my attention. I want to confess that I'm a recovering academic. I spend my time teaching at the university. So when you just see some bad manners here, you remember, you know where it came from. So the logic, the sense, the movement, being able to move from one place to another. And so don't be a victim of my craziness, but I think we got something cooking here. And that anagram, at that point, actually in phase 1, it was something that was supposed to help us get into the team thing. Now, it is not that. This thing is running right through the 9 months and after. What do I mean? You will have seen at the end of this thing us asking for an individual transformation plan. That was not created somewhere in Washington, D.C. It was the people that have participated who have made it very clear that they want, that they want to continue with this thing. And then they say the most impactful thing was personal change. The thing that really moves the cohort 1, if you are getting what cohort 1 was giving to cohort 2, one of the things was take it home. You know, we have had a lot of changes that are happening at all levels and at home. And one woman was explaining how, because she has no time to jog and she needs to be fit, she wakes up every morning and will be running around their house because she doesn't have time to go outside. And before too long, the husband and the kids at 6 in the morning, they are just running around their house. And what difference that has made. Others have just these dramatic things. You find your own small ways of doing this. So we thought, just given the impact that this has got, it's going to be one of our key signature things. So it is not a separate thing that you have to be reminded. And so you can see there now why the buddies were there before. But I am hoping, because you are my Gen Z, and you really are responding so well to things, that you will be able actually to take this seriously, because it will blow you away. The other person, just being able to talk to somebody and somebody says, yeah, that is what I did and I don't know why I did it, but I'm going to try not to do it again. Developing the muscles together, hand in hand, with another person who actually understands how it feels. So the anagram is not a thing. The anagram is the program. So that is one thread of the program. From beginning, it came before, then we end with it, because in October, when we meet again, we are going to ask you now to choose your own, who is going to be your buddy. You can choose somebody to continue with or continue with whoever you are with. So we are now in the Immersion thing, anticipated. I just really so grateful for many people who have made this this possible. I hope you are seeing from real life that this is not somebody's outfit. We are not talking about teams. We are the team. And so coming here and what we have done, don't need to go through it. And some of the sessions from the coaches and other people coming in are skilling sessions, and you will be getting those here and there when we need that. And then, hey, I was coaching. Group coaching. I think a few of you may have gone through individual. How was that? Do you want to continue or do you want to stop? You want to continue. Anyway, so I hope you love the people I love that are called coaches and others. And then this is where we handle our purpose map. It is laminated so that you can put it on the wall. On your wall or wherever you look at every day, it is this map thing, it is the journey, and it is the thing that Jason gave you. So that when you are really losing it with your children, you will just realize type 2 is showing up, or type 3, or somebody has been working 24 hours and they come to let it out on the children because they didn't sleep. Then you say, okay, no, let's calm it down here and not victimize the children. So those things will be helpful. And this morning it was learning buddies. I hope, even if I paired you with somebody who you don't want to see, I'm sure you want to see them. I am convinced. I was doing this very late at night, but I don't know who is who and what personality. But this personality type, sitting there and being straight with each other, is helpful. But I'm not saying you are limited to the buddies. If you met, Linda here and you really don't want to let her go, please just continue with your thing. Or you met somebody else there. I really like your Masaidio name. Anyway, so you met Masaidio here and you need some help. He is here. He can help you. I did not connect those two things until this morning. Masaidio is a Kiswahili word that means the helper. And he is a type 2. This is just amazing. You are the signature somebody of the program. Okay. And your mother knew well. Anyway, so then, now, the week of the 19th of May is, so your coaches, if you think they are sleeping, there is nothing like that until they get to you. So what we call it, what? Self-observation. They will now learn. Maybe some of you have already gotten your offer and it is finished and it is complete and it is in your hands now. So the practice begins right here. We don't have to wait for tomorrow. It's really going on. It's happening. Except for those who work with me, God has to teach them some patience. But it will get there. So May, the week of 19th, that week is when we have coaching sessions 1 week in a month. We tried it the other way, and I almost left the program. So please, unless you absolutely have to change, your coaches, I consulted them before we put this thing together. They are in. Please do not make this program the thing you do when you have nothing else to do, because we won't be changing things that easily. And one of the biggest reasons also for that is that I live in Washington, D.C. And I have to be honest that I'll be in all the sessions if I can. And when you change the time, I am really sleeping and I won't be joining. And I am dying to join. So don't deprive me. But if you want to avoid me, maybe you can work with your coach. I'm kidding. So the week of May 19th is when we have the first, the third session of this our program. In between now and then, your coach will tell you what to do. So, like I said, these guides are just here to walk with you, but you will not lack what is next as you decide for it together. So, the buddies thing, I was shocked. Some people met every week for an hour or 30 minutes. Some people met every month. Some people met every 3 weeks. Up to you guys. That you select. We just put it there so that we know it is there. And then June, I think it is the week of June 30th or something, when we have the second. So there is 3 weeks in between. But that is not a holiday. that practice you agreed with the coach that you want to do is what will be happening those three weeks in between. And we call them practices. We call them coaching conversations. We call them development cycles. The miracle is in the time between those 3 weeks is where it is happening. As you practice these small things that can end up completely transforming your life. I wish we had time, because some people are in this program for the second time and they can tell you they are doing stuff they never thought they would do, but the benefit and what their families are saying, what their co-workers are saying, and I hope you can really be that blessed. But we need to build some muscle to move some things. So if there's anything, even if you forget everything I say, practice, practice, practice until you change, and then start another practice. So we are going to have a thing either last week of June or sometimes in July with Jason. And this is to help you. How do you continue building on the underground? So I'll give you the dates as soon as I have them. This will be a 90-minute or 2-hour thing. I really encourage you to come, and he is a 3. I told you. So you will be getting those instructions as soon as we have the date. And then if you are working on it, you can really come there with questions. The idea is just to keep you on the treadmill, exercising and learning and doing the thing, but it is you now to go to the treadmill. So that will be our last session with him this time round. And you can see then the coaching 5, coaching 6, coaching 7, and coaching 8. And the buddies just meet at will. And so the first week of September is session 8 of coaching. And that will be the launch for you now to really spend a month or a month working on your organizational transformation plan. But the organizational transformation plan begins with your first exercise, the kudo board. That is really where you can really play your thing. And by the time we are getting to end of August, you have all your learnings in one place. That's why we are doing this. And if you don't want the kudo board, please you tell us so that we don't throw the money away. That's why you'll be writing your, And the best thing is just after your coaching session or before, go and write what you are learning there. That is your board. Okay, that is your board there. To capture things at individual and at least the team level, so that we learned that if you do that kind of a thing and you are tracking, that September month you will be kind of relaxing. And I may throw in there a thing on emotional intelligence or something, if you are feeling like you want something, a session or something. But this time we hope, if you stay the course, if you take the discipline, this will not be such a difficult thing. And of course, your coaches and us are there to help you through this. So don't wait to ask the questions in September, in the middle, or a week or 3 days before the celebration summit, because you'll be in trouble. Because that is one of the products, is that organizational transformation plan. So this is going through, and section 9, which is our 9th coaching session, is going to happen in the celebration summit. And that, we call that thing, completion. You are completing your coaching relationship with your coach, and you are talking about the things you are supposed to talk about, and then what is the way forward. Because we are not ending, we are continuing. But you choose how we continue with your plan. And there is support for you to do some activities, but if you are smart, there are also other ways you can get more support to do that. Your EDs will know maybe what to do there. And then it is a time to celebrate. And to me, it is always the highlight of the thing. Because then that's why we wanted you to write that thing this morning. Because then some people are saying the things they were wishing will have happened in October are happening by July the thing is settled, or the things they were trying to hit, that did not land there. So, but this is what we are going to do to be able to accomplish. So remember, it's a journey, not a destination. So the Celebration Summit is really, you complete this thing. You also are completing your anagram groups, the buddies thing, and we spend a lot of time. What did we learn? And this part here is maybe something you are going to experience. I don't think Pearl Network is here yet. They are supposed to be coming to hand over the learning they learned that they want to give to you. So they got from Cohort 1, and there is what they can give to Cohort 2. Cohort 2 can give Cohort 3, and then how are we actually putting this in practice where we are. So the team learning, and then your presentation. So this is important. Your presentation of your transformation action plan to your colleagues, so that they can give you feedback, and they can say here, or they can say we are doing the same thing, can we join forces, what can we do here, that kind of a thing. You find some, you get feedback from them. And so we definitely will have some skills building sessions. We had one on gender this time, and we will have more. The program was just 2 parts. We usually have 1 or 2, but here is maybe where we do things like wellness, emotional intelligence, if we can, and other things. And then this is the time for you to give your feedback. You really are benefiting so much from Cohort 1 and Cohort 2. What we have done is, Sam was telling me the other day, this is a different program. But this is your program. What works for you? How can we help you get where you want to go? So as you do things, be also looking and be saying, that thing did not work so well. Or that you will hear us asking that, you better get used to Peter Magara, because he is my right hand guy, and he will really bother you. But it is for good. So don't refuse to answer his things, because if you don't, we can't fix what we need to fix. And then, this is where also we are trying this network building, the connections that we are trying to have. And then now you thought you danced last night, dancing is coming, especially when we have finished the program, October, I think it is 7, 8, and 9. We will be following quickly with confirming the dates so that you can book those dates. It is logistically very challenging not to have this meeting in Kenya, because we can't normally afford it where you live. And then this year we have a complication, but a blessing from Mwanza. I want to go there. So it's not very easy. These guys were on the thing the whole day, going from Mwanza to Dar es Salaam, to Zanzibar, to here. This is called labor of love, But now, yes, they deserve a clap. I wish we could go there. I really am dying to come there. But if we brought everybody there would be no program in terms of the cost. So most likely it will be here, and also, of course, courtesy of Greek, who have continue to do a tireless job from day one. So what do I want at the end of this thing? Of course, you, hopefully transform, including me, but with a clear plan of individual transformation. What are my next practices? What do I want to work on? Like me, I am still trying to work on the speed thing, but I'm not there yet. To slow down, because the way I'm talking is the way I live. And that is not advisable, especially at my age. But, so we are all, if you see us sitting here, even the coaches, they are tweaking something. And we want you to get into the habit of taking care of you and making sure you are walking through this life, program or no program, being a real blessing, a reward to yourself, a blessing to your children, and a blessing to your community, and a blessing to the groups that you are working with. So this is a whole new kind of turning thing that will help us. And then the organizational transformation plan. I want to stop here and say 1 or 2 things about that. This is something that we added on the program. Because then by the end of it, if things happen the way we want them to happen, you will be asking, what about the people I lead? What is going to happen to them? What about my team? What about this? What about this? Some of the teams are being formed even as we speak. The people are not there yet. They are not hired. They will be hired. But this is our reality. This is a context-specific program. It's about you here in East Africa, as hopefully we can take this to other places. So we will, we find ways to fit in what we want to do. And so that is where we are. I hope the pillars are clear to you. Individual, the role of the anagram. Then we have the team, how important it is. Even if in your waking moments you cannot stand seeing Irene one more day, remember the children of Kenya. And remember, it is not about Irene, most likely it is about you. Kikulacho, kimo, what? I can't say it the way they do. These Tanzanians are amazing. I just like to listen. So what is eating you is inside your clothes. Inside. See, you heard about inner development goals. So maybe before I judge Irene, who is a serious five and doesn't like talking too much sometimes, before I do that, do you remember, she talked about it this morning, Jules, are you looking at or us? Because when I look at you, then I really want to say, why can't she for once talk to me? I go there and she's talking as if she doesn't, Why do you need to be talked to? Maybe we can reverse this thing and say, what happened to me that now, if Irene doesn't talk, Irene talks. I'm not, that is not who she, I'm just joking about fives. You will find me like this joking about fives, Or then Emmy wants to desperately help you. And it's like, why can't this guy stop? Maybe you can discuss it with him. Please don't kill the guy, he is mine. You see where I'm going? So I think it is this kind of engagement with each other, and so the Transformational Action Plan, there is some very little support from Ekina for what you want to do, and we will be discussing that as we get there. It is not really what will take you anywhere, but it will push you a little bit. And the only thing that I can offer here is not money, but me and the others who can continue. We can continue to support and help you. Any questions about the program? Anything that confuses you, anything that overwhelms you, anything that makes you want to scream, you still have an option, but you have to talk to your ED, not me. Any questions? Okay. Any questions? Any doubts? Anybody? You can also, people confess when they want to get out. You can also tell us, me, guys, kwaheri ya kuonana. Okay, no questions, and if you have it, don't hesitate 1 minute. And if you want to ask it in private, exactly what do you mean? Why do you want us to go here? Me, I can't go there. I have to say, and I am so proud of the participants of this program, Cohort 1 and Cohort 2, and now Cohort 3. We have not pleaded with anybody. We don't track who is coming and who is not coming, because they just come. Nobody has disappointed. I have not heard from any coach, and I'm sitting there anyway, not to monitor the thing, but I want to better understand you, so that after the coaches are gone, you have me, or whatever I can do. So I am not going to say to be faithful to the thing. We have had no problem, and even with you, I don't see anything, and there's no problem. If you don't really think this is helpful to you, we also respect that way of thinking, but we support and care for you whichever way. So if you don't have any questions, so that is the program. It's not a mystery. There is nothing hidden. Once every 3 weeks, you'll be sitting with the people in your office that sometimes you can't stand, but now you'll be sitting with them. You don't have to stand them, but you can sit with them. Okay. I think PAL network is still not here. I don't know. I will check whether they are still coming. I think we will continue with the program until they land here. And Christine, now it is what next? The PAL network is not here. So, huh?
We can pick questions and comments as we call them. You have their number. You can just check. Because after that,
Okay.
after that, nikumaliza. Maybe let's pick reflections, questions from each table. Anybody?
I think they are ready to go home.
Like that. They need to go home. Lenny? No. Good. You're cooked. You know, when food is cooked, it just needs to be served. So maybe let's do the evaluation. Okay, good.
Just an idea. I was wondering if there are any possible, Joyce, to bring the coaches to where we are in the ground.
Since you are the fundraiser, have you heard us saying back at you? That is the American. That is what the Americans do. Back at you. So there's a possibility actually, and some of the people decided after they finish the program, they want to continue working with their coaches. We are not in that discussion. It is you and them. These coaches would be delighted. I saw them waving from the back and affirming, yes, 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 when. The only thing is that we can't really afford it, but I'd love for them to come. Because I think it's the only place I have such a serious thing. I haven't been to Jinja, so he reminded me and I was embarrassed because I've been in Uganda so many times, but I have been at Oyam, not at Fish, but I have really, when I was talking about grandness, I wasn't joking. So, but I'll go again. Now, Emmy is on my case for 2 years. I don't know what to do with the guy, and he is a 2. So what do you do? So it would be great if they could come, you know, and then maybe you can piggyback on them when they are here in October. It is a very cheap flight to the place, except Mwanza is a thing. Anyway, but I think I think that somebody loves you, so they can do something, okay? But me, I'll find my way to Mwanza. I don't know when, but. Any other question? That is a good one. Don't get me in trouble with the coaches, okay? And Jason also wants to come. I wish I could break a bank somewhere.
It's better you break it for the children.
Of Africa.
Yes. All right, so maybe let's do the evaluation. Peter. Yes, maybe we can do the evaluation because we are at the end.
So this morning I sent out an email at 8 o'clock to all of you. So if you could just either pull out your phone, your laptop, whichever is easier for you, so that we can complete the evaluation. It will only take 8 minutes. It will not take much of your time. Also, there are some people's emails that were not on the list. I think Sam, Irene, but I can forward to you so that you can fill the evaluation. So if you haven't seen the email, please let me know so that I can forward it to you. Maybe your email wasn't on the list. But for those that were on the list, I sent to all of you. It will only take 8 minutes.